Alright, I am in front of the calendar. I am holding a pen. Let's explain what I'm going to do for the next 3 weeks. Alright, here goes. To the calendar. So, we are currently week 37, March 8th through the 14th. So, today is the 9th right now. We have another week right here, and then we have another week right here, and then I'm going to start my cut on the 29th, which would be 25 weeks out from my September show. So I decided to do this because, you know, I don't want to spend another week of vacation. I actually want to not relax the whole spring break because April 7th is when the spring quarter starts. So I don't want to be relaxed throughout all this and then start off stressed when the quarter starts. So I'd rather be kind of in motion. It's like, even though I'm not going to be working here, I want to be in a working mentality. So I want to start my cut on the 29th, and yeah, it's going to be all good and dandy. But the one issue that I'm thinking about thus far is where I'm at caloric bulk wise, and where I'm going to be putting myself at in my contest prep cut macros and calorie totals and such like that. Because right now I'm eating at around like 29 to 3100 calories for my bulk, and as you can see on some days, like my weight goes down. This is where like I would actually have to adjust my daily intake to try to increase weight. As you can see on my workout days, like my weight goes down, but on my rest days going into a workout day, it goes up slightly. So something works, something doesn't work, but I always have to adjust my nutrition for, you know, my workout days and my rest days. Or not so much my rest days, but more the workout days. So being at 28 to 3100 calories, like it's a weird idea to say for me to drop down to maintenance, which is roughly like 23 to 2400 calories. So I don't like the idea of dropping 700 to 800 calories for my contest prep. So what I decided to do is for these next couple weeks, I actually want to slowly cut back on my calories. Like not so much, maybe like 100 to 150. Just start slowly cutting that off and then start to feel pretty okay to where I'm going to be here. So I may not hit like where I want to be, like 24-ish hundred calories, but I'll be close, and then I should be able to adjust, say like every couple days when I train. And so how I'm going to go about it is what I'm like to do, and I was actually talking about this with my cousin, is that I want a carb cycle throughout the week. So that way I get used to kind of eating less on days when I need to eat less, or in this case, if I'm going to create my deficit by eating less foods, I want to get used to it. So on Tuesdays and Saturdays, these are going to be low carb days for me. On leg days, Sunday and Thursday, those are going to be high carb days, and then the other days are going to be kind of in the middle. So it's going to kind of go like this, where I'm going to start high, and then today is going to be kind of like in the middle, but then Tuesday it's going to be low. Then Wednesday is a push day, it's going to be up in the middle-ish, and then Thursday, leg day, it's going to go high. Friday, I'm going to go medium, Saturday low, and then repeat the process but with less calories throughout the week, and then same thing with this week. So that's what I plan to do, just slowly cut back. And also the 22nd through the 28th, this is going to be a deload week for me because I'm going to do a totally new approach to my contest prep approach, diet, cut, programming, because I've been using Power Hypertrophy Adaptive Training for over 2 years now, and it's still like just the way it's scheduled. I love it. I love the way you know it's just programmed out, you know, to have strength training days and to have hypertrophy days. But I want to try something different this time because I've been using fat for like I said over 2.5 years. So let's try something different this cut. Still same concepts. It's just gonna be a little bit different. We'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, that's what I want to do for now. Slowly cut back on calories, or slowly start cutting off calories rather than to just keep everything and immediately cut off, because I don't think I'm gonna make it's gonna be a damn difference in my bulk calories to, you know, see if I get significant gains through these last 3 weeks. So might as well just still keep myself in a calorie bulk, like still above my maintenance here, but you know, just slightly just cut that off, and you know, hopefully I'll still get some gains from it. Yep. So a little bit slow, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And before I end everything off, I still have one more thing to do, and it's coming up next. All right, jury duty, week 2, round 2. Here we go. We are calling right now. All right, so that concludes my jury duty week. I am excused. So it was actually kind of funny when when I had to do I had to turn in like my information for this jury duty. It was like, so do you want to be excused for this jury period? If so, give me a reason why. So like there's a couple reasons, like maybe I had like a recent one within like, I don't know, a year or something like that, or a recent like jury duty summons within a year, or I have something available, but I would have to come back for jury duty like 6 months down the line or something. And I haven't done any of that, and I've been trying to find an excuse why I should exclude myself from this period and do it for next time. And I was actually thinking down the line, maybe 6 months later, I should actually do that. But I was thinking, okay, 6 months later, I'm in contest prep. I probably wouldn't give a crap about whatever trial I'm going to be on. So I took a gamble and decided to do it. I don't have an excuse. Just do it right now. So, and that's how my other friend was like. I think she didn't have an excuse, so it's just like, whatever. And so I'm excused. I bet she's gonna be excused as well, because it feels like we're doing the same trial. So, or we would have been doing the same trial. So, yeah, thumbs up. Got my jury duty. That is number 6, 6 down, and I hope I don't see a 7th one in like the next year or so, because this is bullshit. It's getting a little bit cloudier as the days go on, but that's typical Washington weather. That's typical spring for you. So, just got home from work right now. Today is Wednesday, start of the hypertrophy section. Don't really need to go in too much for each and every single day, but I should be playing around with exercises that I want to do or want to use for my contest prep. Because my bread and butter exercises for me are kind of like simple barbell type movements, but there are other things I want to utilize as well, especially like the machines. One of my big things for me this year, for 2015, is to try and use some of the other things in the gym that not a lot of people don't use, So I want to try and utilize those machines a little bit better, or probably like maybe test them out this week and see if if it's a yay or nay, But for the most part, I do have like the main lifts and maybe like particular accessory work that I would utilize. But there are probably some other things that I would like to try and use more. Say like weighted pull-ups. I can do pull-ups, but I don't really do weighted pull-ups because I always feel like just doing body weight is fine for me. So I'm gonna try and do like maybe play around with like weighted pull-ups, or even play around with something that I haven't done in a while, dumbbell rows. I've done T-bar rows and like chest supported rows, bent over rows, but I haven't been using dumbbell rows in a while. And I was watching Mark Bell's Jacked in Tan episode 2 with Stan Efferding, and he preached a lot of things in that video that I particularly use with my back pulls, and that's always trying to lead with your elbow, or try to get real deep with your elbow when you're doing your rowing movements. And it made a lot of sense, and watching him demonstrate a dumbbell row, that's what I was like, I need to start incorporating this. So we're going to play around with a lot of stuff this week, and hopefully, like I said, it'll be something that I would like to use with my contest prep, or just one of those things where like maybe improve on it, like with bent over rows, barbell bent over rows for me. Been doing it for all my off season. Now that I feel comfortable with it, let's try something else, because I still hate them. Today's Friday. I'm still eating one of my meals right now to finish off my calories for today, but nothing much to talk about this week, other than this week is the final week of lecture periods, so aka dead week, and so next week is going to be finals week. So technically I start vacation like right now, because English students should be done by at least like Monday or Tuesday next week. I shouldn't be seeing anyone for the rest of the week, or for the rest of next week. So yes, kind of good timing too, because I'm going to be starting my cut soon. So feels so good. So with the hypertrophy section, nothing really to report back. For leg day, people were using the cage, and I didn't want to wait for the cage, so I decided to make it a hamstring dominant day. So my main lift was stiff leg deadlifts, and I think I overworked myself too much that day, because the stiff leg deadlifts led into more deadlifting, and I actually tried to do 405 again last Thursday. Managed to do it, but maybe it wasn't as clean as last week, but still managed to do it. And then for tonight's pull day, I was watching one of Mark Bell's Jacked in Tan episodes, his second episode with Stan Efferding, and it was a back day, so I wanted to just do a lot of the tips that they gave in that video and kind of use it for this day. And so a lot of it was just making sure that when you're, you know, when you're pulling, that you're leading with the elbow, or you're pulling with, you know, pulling, or your direction is pretty much dictated by your elbow pull. So, you know, like when you do like seated rows with like a close grip, you don't want to just kind of pull the bar towards your body. No, you want to think about driving your elbow backwards. And I think Big Rob, if you're familiar with Big Rob, you know, with Microsheet, the whole Metroflex people, Big Rob also says whenever you do rows, think about you're gonna elbow a motherfucker behind you, you know. Boom. So I did a lot of those things, and also did a lot of just the workouts in the Jack and Tan video. So it felt pretty good, and you know, I got a like wicked amount of volume in. You know, it didn't feel like I overdid it, but it just felt really good, especially to go back to movements such as a dumbbell row, which I haven't really done in a while. It felt pretty good. So yeah, so nothing really much to talk about this week, but next week it's gonna be some fun stuff. All right, peace out.